One video was all it took for Jaclyn Hill's decade-long beauty empire to tremble. Millions watched the influencer famous for flawless glam suddenly stumble over her own story, and the fallout rippled across every corner of social media. After years of controversies, critics are asking a brutal question. Is this the slip that finally powders out her spotlight? Or will Jaclyn blend another comeback? Keep listening, because the answer is tangled in more drama than any cut-crease tutorial could hide. Jaclyn didn't start in the boardroom. She started behind a Mac counter in Tampa, hustling smoky-eye demos for anyone who walked in. YouTube was still the Wild West when she uploaded her first tutorial in 2011, but her on-camera charisma and girl next door who knows every shade vibe turned subscribers into a small army. By 2015, she was collaborating with Morphe. The Jaclyn Hill Favorites palette sold out in 44 minutes and crashed the brand's website. A second palette in 2017 moved an estimated 1 million units and pushed Morphe's annual revenue past a reported $400 million. Suddenly, Jaclyn wasn't just an influencer, she was the face of influencer commerce. Cash followed clout. Forbes estimated her 2018 earnings at 7 figures, and beauty podcasts joked that Jaclyn could buy a Starbucks franchise with her affiliate links alone. She trademarked her name, teased a standalone line, and locked in distribution deals that promised shelf space around the world. To fans, it looked like everything she touched turned rose gold. But a single product launch was about to smear that perfect highlight. In June 2019, Jaclyn Cosmetics finally debuted with 20 nude lipsticks. Within hours, Twitter was flooded with close-ups of grainy bullets, mysterious fibers, and what some swore were metal shavings. Photos went viral. Dermatologists weighed in. Customers reported rashes, bumps, even cold sore flare-ups. The press called it Hairgate, and the phrase stuck like a rogue cat hair on clear gloss. Jaclyn at first told critics they were applying lipstick over other products, that maybe their own chapstick caused the fuzz. 48 hours later, she reversed course, promising full refunds and free replacements. But the damage was done. Beauty news sites ran loss projections in the millions. Reddit threads nicknamed her brand Furry Fury. When she deleted her Twitter and Instagram on July 3rd, it felt like a digital mic drop, one that investors never forget. Behind the scenes, lab reports revealed irregular cooling temperatures and foreign particles on the production line. Even after Jaclyn posted certificates claiming the formula was safe, trust had fractured. Retailers who once begged for exclusives retreated. Fans who once defended every misstep posted unfiltered reviews. The lipstick fiasco became case study material for every influencer who thought private label deals were easy money. Jaclyn vowed a comeback, but as she regrouped, the entire beauty industry was about to implode. Pandemic lockdowns changed makeup buying habits, and Jaclyn had no fresh lipstick pipeline to lean on, so she pivoted hard. In late 2021, she launched Jaclyn Roxanne, a mid-priced jewelry line, and Co's, a loungewear brand heavy on plush hoodies. Initial drops sold respectably, but reviewers complained about $80 blankets and $60 earrings that tarnished. YouTube unboxings titled "Is It Worth It?" began leaning no. Then Morphe's parent company, Forma Brands, landed in court. January 2023 bankruptcy filings listed Jaclyn as a $2 million unsecured creditor, money owed for past collaborations. Analysts pored over the docket and saw a bigger story. The influencer-fueled boom had outspent its buzz. When lenders took control, they prioritized Morphe's core stores and quietly dialed back Jaclyn's future launches. Simultaneously, TikTok pushed a new transparency wave: zoom-in skin, ingredient callouts, cheaper dupes. Luxury markup on influencer labels looked dated. Cozy's sweatpants felt out of step with the quiet luxury trend, and Jaclyn Roxanne's rhinestones clashed with minimalist aesthetics. Sales slowed. By mid-2023, comment sections begged Jaclyn to return to makeup basics, yet corporate restructuring kept her hands tied. With products stalling, Jaclyn pivoted to herself, literally. On New Year's Eve 2022, Jaclyn toasted sparkling water instead of champagne and announced she'd quit alcohol for good. The next upload, titled Jaclyn's Journey, followed sunrise walks, protein smoothies, and pep talk selfies. She looked healthier, smiled wider, and repeated one line whenever rumors flared: "No, I'm not on Ozempic." Fans celebrated, but amateur sleuths weren't convinced. Side-by-side photos cropped her jawline, TikTok dietitians analyzed her cheek volume. Reddit compiled timelines of gym selfies versus weight fluctuations. For 12 months, Jaclyn denied everything. Then, on April 4, 2024, she hit upload on a 43-minute vlog that blindsided even her harshest critics. She confessed to weekly semaglutide injections after every diet plateaued, admitted visiting multiple doctors, and framed the decision as both medical necessity and vanity. Her exact words, "I just want to wear a tank top again," felt relatable to some and devastating to others. Within 48 hours, the video clocked 2 million views, thousands of worried comments, and a fresh wave of backlash accusing her of doctor shopping and promoting extreme measures to a mostly female audience. Jaclyn deleted the vlog, posted an Instagram story saying the negativity wrecked her mental health, then re-uploaded the same content with comments moderated. Critics called the move hypocritical. Supporters said it showed vulnerability. Either way, the confession detonated the last sliver of credibility she'd rebuilt since 2019, and the next chapter would prove the fallout wasn't just emotional, it was financial too. Nobody expected Jaclyn to upload a 43-minute medical diary in the middle of a product drought. Yet on April 4, 2024, that's exactly what hit her channel. The thumbnail showed her holding a tiny syringe and wearing a forced half smile. That looked more nervous than triumphant. From the very first sentence, she sounded defensive, explaining that after endless plateaus, she'd turned to weekly semaglutide injections. At first, she framed it as a standard doctor-ordered treatment for inflammation. But then she admitted, almost in the same breath, that vanity played a role because, quote, "I just want to wear a tank top again." Viewers felt the record skip. The woman who'd spent a year insisting she was doing things the natural way had just revealed a pharmaceutical shortcut, and she seemed almost casual about the switch. The contradictions piled up quickly. Jaclyn claimed she hated using Ozempic-style meds, yet moments later she praised how effectively they muted her cravings. She insisted the decision was guided by alarming blood work, then contradicted herself by saying she simply wanted her pre-2018 arms back. She called the drug a last resort, but admitted hopping between 3 different doctors until one agreed with her plan. Comment sections exploded with the phrase "doctor shopping," and medical professionals stitched her clip on TikTok to warn viewers about side effects like gallstones and bowel obstruction, issues Jaclyn never mentioned. Still, the most viral moment came 22 minutes in, when she pinched her upper arm fat between 2 manicured fingers and sighed, "This shouldn't be here." That single frame hit YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and Instagram Reels within hours, each repost paired with captions like "influencer culture is broken," or "what body dysmorphia looks like in real time." The clip even found its way onto mainstream morning shows, sparking debates about the ethics of prescription weight loss content. Panicked, Jaclyn yanked the video after 48 hours, explaining on Instagram stories that the backlash was crushing her mental health. But deleting only poured gasoline on the fire. Critics called it an admission of guilt. Supporters begged her not to let trolls dictate her narrative. 2 days later, the vlog reappeared without edits, comments heavily filtered. The new description box carried a disclaimer urging viewers to consult your physician, but that felt like flimsy liability tape on a ship already taking water. Financial fallout followed swiftly. Affiliate links beneath the video lost their sparkle as several nutrition companies paused campaigns. One brand, known for protein greens, issued a statement clarifying that Jaclyn was not currently an active partner. Beauty retailers took note. A YouTuber who once guaranteed conversion was now a liability risk. Yet the harshest blow came from fans who had ridden every previous scandal at her side. Many longtime subscribers confessed they could stomach lipstick, fuzz, inflated pricing, even vanishing palettes, but watching their once relatable idol spiral into an injectable arms race felt different. Comments like, "I used to trust you with my makeup, now I'm worried for your mind," racked up thousands of likes. While the comment wars raged, Jaclyn quietly faced an even starker reality. Her storefronts were starting to flicker offline. On January 5, 2024, a terse press release confirmed what insiders had whispered for months. Jaclyn Cosmetics was winding down under its parent company, Forma Brands, which had entered bankruptcy restructuring. The website, once bursting with high gloss, campaign photos displayed a final clearance banner. "Last chance, Everything must go. Limited edition powders dropped to drugstore prices overnight. Within 48 hours, nearly every SKU sold out, not because demand surged, but because stock had been shallow for months. Warehouses were simply emptying the shelves before the lights went off. Losing the cosmetics line cut more than revenue. It severed Jaclyn's primary credibility anchor. Makeup had been the arena where she built authority. Now she was a beauty guru without a beauty brand. Investors she'd courted for future ventures backed away quietly, citing uncertain influencer risk. When trade publications printed the list of unsecured creditors, Jaclyn's name sat among dozens of vendors owed money, underscoring how even star collaborators could be left scrambling once the music stopped. By summer, Cozy and Jaclyn Roxanne followed the same pattern. Their Instagram pages slowed to a trickle of #ThrowbackThursday posts. Customer service emails returned canned responses about temporary pauses. Influencer watchdog accounts leaked what appeared to be internal Slack screenshots discussing unsold inventory, refund queues, and a potential asset-light rebrand with private investors, none of which ever materialized. Casual observers thought Jaclyn was pruning weaker branches. Insiders realized the whole tree was wilting. Fans noticed the silence first. The Cozy Facebook group, once buzzing with sizing questions and cozy pic selfies, turned into a swap meet for offloading hoodies. Jewelry line loyalty points expired unannounced, sparking PayPal disputes. And still, Jaclyn's main channel offered no hard answers. Only sporadic vlogs about apartment decor, mental health journaling, and the occasional life update Q&A that danced around the business closures like they were embarrassing relatives at a family reunion. But if dwindling storefronts hinted at trouble, the cold statistics of audience fatigue were impossible to ignore. By late 2024, YouTube's public analytics told a sobering story. For the first time in Jaclyn's career, her subscriber count inched sideways, adding fewer than 10,000 new viewers over 12 months, down from the high of 600,000 per year she enjoyed during her Morphe heyday. Average view duration slipped too, dropping from 8 minutes to barely over 4. On TikTok, the hashtag Jaclyn Hill Exposed amassed more than 42 million views, dwarfing the reach of her branded tags combined. Why the sudden chill? Part of it was algorithmic. YouTube's discovery engine now favored creators who showed raw skin and cited peer-reviewed studies. Think chemists breaking down ingredient lists, dermatologists zooming in on pores with zero filters. Jaclyn's signature soft-focus lighting, once aspirational, now read as evasive. Another factor was simple drama fatigue. After lipstick fuzz, affiliate drip scandals, and now Ozempic whiplash, even devoted followers felt trapped in a cycle of apology videos and cautious optimism that never quite delivered. Brand temperament had shifted too. Early influencers could gloss over mistakes with a heartfelt sit-down. Gen Z viewers, raised on call-out culture and receipts, demanded receipts of their own. Lab paperwork, ingredient sourcing, carbon footprint data. When one commenter asked for the specific semaglutide brand she used, Jaclyn dismissed the question as too intrusive. The clip went viral on TikTok as influencer gatekeeps her prescription while selling lifestyle advice. Yet the numbers weren't entirely grim. A sizable minority still empathized deeply, arguing that Jaclyn's very public insecurities mirrored their own struggles with body image. Mental health advocates pointed to her willingness to discuss binge eating, depression, and sobriety as a net positive. But sentiment analysis tools tracking her comment sections showed the ratio of negative to positive keywords creeping up each quarter, a slow tide that can drown sponsorship rates even when raw view counts look stable. Put plainly, Jaclyn wasn't canceled, but she was fragile, balanced on analytics that could topple with one more costly misstep. Which brings us to the only question that really matters. Does Jaclyn Hill have another comeback left, or are we watching the final fade out? Jaclyn's story has always been a beauty tutorial in extremes. Sky-high launches, crash and burn scandals, and Phoenix-styled returns that left viewers charmed despite themselves. The lipstick debacle should have ended her in 2019, yet she clawed back relevance with jewel-toned eyeshadows and cozy brand comfort. The pandemic-era pivot looked shaky, yet fans still lined up for limited edition highlighters. Even her Ozempic admission, arguably the most personal controversy yet, has not erased her entirely. She still commands millions of eyeballs at the push of an upload button. But every redemption arc has diminishing returns. Each apology generates a little less goodwill. Every new chapter sounds more like déjà vu. Trust once fractured rarely seals perfectly, and Jaclyn now carries multiple stress fractures. Her businesses sit dormant, her audience is split, and the influencer market itself has evolved beyond curated perfection into something raw, science-driven, and relentlessly transparent. Does that mean the curtain drops here? Maybe not. YouTube's landscape is littered with creators who bounced back from worse, some by pivoting content, others by stepping behind the camera to consult and quietly collect royalties. Jaclyn could relaunch as a behind-the-scenes product developer, or she could chart an entirely new lane in mental health advocacy, turning her vulnerabilities into a platform tougher critics can't easily accuse of profiteering. Yet the path to any revival starts with authenticity deeper than a sit-down apology. It may require showing the lab results she once shied away from, inviting third-party audits of future product lines, or disclosing every partnership in granular detail. Most of all, it will demand confronting her own mirrored insecurities without letting them dictate risky, quick-fix solutions, a lesson her audience learned in real time while she still seemed to wrestle with it on camera. So, is it over? Probably. Not in an absolute sense. Jaclyn Hill is a savvy marketer, and the internet's attention span is shorter than a TikTok transition. But the next chapter will be written under harsher light, with fewer second chances and far more competition ready to fill any space she leaves empty. Now I want to hear from you. Have we witnessed the final spark of the Jaclyn Hill brand, or is a smarter, more transparent reinvention waiting in the wings? Drop your take in the comments below, because the next upload might prove all of us, critics and fans alike, completely wrong.
Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe for more deep dives, because the next digital fairy tale might be unraveling as we speak.